we're back checking out the Enhancement Shaman this time. And so this time around I actually went through, I set up a number of things ahead of time, and I actually went through and picked all the talents so I can hopefully make it a little bit quicker going forward. I don't know if I'll do that with other specs actually, now that I think about it, because I'm just more familiar with Enhancement. I haven't really played the others, so getting it pulled up here, we're just going to run around and kill some stuff. A couple of things I wanted to point out real quick though is a lot of things have changed with the Enhancement Shaman. So like Shamanistic Rage is gone. That's been replaced with Astral Shift, it looks like. So this is the thing, like it reduces damage you take for a few seconds. So little things like that have changed. And then they also kind of brought back the weapon enhancements a little bit. It's no longer a thing like it used to be way back. I would hit, cast like Flame Tongue, and that would be the enchantment for like my main hand, and then I would do like Rock Biter as the one for my offhand or something. Just as examples there, I don't remember exactly what I would set them up as, that far back, but yeah. So you use these, and then it enhances the weapon for a certain amount of time. So like I use Flame Tongue, it enhances it, does some fire damage on every attack for 16 seconds. And some initial damage, and then Frostbrand does some initial damage, and then it slows targets as you hit them. And then there's a talent that changes that. So I just want to kind of point out those couple of little differences there. And then there's also the fact that like you have Maelstrom now as a new resource. There is mana still, but it seems to almost be exclusively with totems. Actually, like it seems a little odd in a way, but it all seems to be in there. And then a couple of little things, because it's going to affect things with totems. There is so Stormlash is passively, when my weapons are enhanced with one of those abilities, then my attacks have a chance to give basically additional nature damage to a couple of party or raid members. So yeah, like that's kind of so it's kind of a little buff that'll just randomly pop up on other people in the party. And then like there's a talent that affects that. Stormbringer is my auto attacks, or my main hand attacks I should say, have a chance to reset Storm Strike and cause the next one to cost less, and it doesn't trigger the cooldown. And so yeah, so it resets the cooldown. I get a half cost attack, and then it doesn't trigger the cooldown again, so I can use it again if I have enough Maelstrom. And what was the other big one? That was the main thing. Yeah, I think so. Alright, so we're going to go and jump it right into the talents here now. And I'm just going to kill stuff while we're doing that. I'm Shadowmoon Valley. So first up, Windsong. So I chose this one because I just like I liked what it says that it can do here. So it's an instant attack, has a little bit of a cooldown. I think I actually might want to. Yeah, I think we'll go with that. All right. So lash out lash out with an attack does it some decent damage actually, but it has that bit of a cooldown. But it enhances my weapons with wind, increasing attack speed by 35% for 20 seconds. And you can have multiple enhancements as well. So you can see here I chose one of the final talents. Rock Biter gives an enhancement, and then Flame Tongue does as well. So you can just kind of stack them, which is actually kind of cool. I rather like that about it. So I can be like, oh, let's get some extra fire damage on every attack. Oh, hey, let's slow guys down. Oh, hey, let's... I went with... yeah, and then I made a Rock Biter do something too. The other one is Hot Hand, so melee attacks with Flame Tongue. Active, have a chance to make your next Lava Lash, cost no Maelstrom, and deal 100% increased damage. I kind of like that one, but I'm happy with the choice that I made. And then last, Boulder Fist, so it replaces Rock Biter. And it So let's see. So it replaces it, and then it hits for nature damage, and then enhances the weapon to increase critical strike chance, and all damage by 5%. And it generates more Maelstrom, but then it gives a cooldown to it, whereas it currently does not have a cooldown, other than the global one. Another interesting thing is Lightning Bolt. This instant has no cost, but it does not do a lot of damage. So you can see I'm having to cast it a lot here. Just finish the thing off there. And hang on, I just realized like something's. I think they reset some things. Yep. Sorry, I hope that it wasn't too loud there. I'll see if I can mess with it when I put the video together. Alright, next up I chose Rainfall. So this is like the old ability. It drops an AoE heal on the ground, heals up to 6 allies over 10 seconds. I don't remember if it did this before though, offhand. Storm Strike and Lava Lash extend the duration of it by 3 seconds up to a maximum of 30. So basically I think you can add, I think that means that it will, I think you can use them 10 times, like 5 times each, whatever, to extend the duration. And you know what, maybe I'll move that down. Okay. I'm trying to remember kind of how I play. Yeah. Try something a little more powerful. Alright. So I just kind of like having that little bit of utility, being able to heal a little bit. This one, 30-second cooldown, does a little bit of damage. You basically just lunge at the enemies like a ghostly wolf, deal a little bit of physical damage. And then Windrush Totem just seems very situational to me. Like, it doesn't seem useful all the time, but drop a totem for 15 seconds. Enemies or allies, who pass through it or pass within 10 yards of it, get a 60% increased movement speed for 5 seconds. So, like, I kind of like it, but I just don't see myself using it a whole lot. Versus something like Rainfall, I'm like, oh hey, like let's get a heal going. You know. So that's why I went with Rainfall. And plus, it's instant now. It used to be you had to have a thing like trigger it to be instant enhancement, and then you had to choose kind of between that or a couple of other things like this, targeted heal or lightning or chain lightning. So I kind of like that they changed that requirement of it. Level 45 talents here. We've got Lightning Surge Totem, so summons a totem at the target location, so you can do it out at range a little bit. Gathers electrical energy from the surrounding air and then explodes after a couple seconds, stuns all enemies within 8 yards. So it's an AoE stun, you've got range on it. Earth Grab Totem, summons a totem at the target location for 20 seconds. This works pretty much like it did before. I think it might have been, I think it was Earth Bind Totem before. But similar kind of thing, basically enemies walking by it get rooted. It is different, because they just got slowed, so this, holds them in place for 5 seconds, and then when they start moving again, basically, they just have a 50% movement speed penalty. Voodoo Totem, this is the one that I went with. It's basically AoE crowd control, and that looks freaking awesome. I hadn't used it yet. So basically it does hex on everything in an area instead of just the individually targeted hex, which it replaces. Now up next on the level 60s, this is actually what we had before. The first one is something that we actually had as Enhancement Shaman before, which was the lightning shield, so you'd turn it on and enemies would take damage when they hit you. Man, I love all the new animations on this. Oh yeah, check out the weapons there. Got the wind song on them. I really like how that's just, everything just looks really cool. Right. And so this is basically the same thing. So it gives you a shield for an hour and has a chance to deal enemy or damage to enemies. I went with Ancestral Swiftness. It just increases haste by 10%. Pretty straightforward. The other one here was Frostbrand. Would do damage per hit as well. Instead, whereas like it doesn't do that per hit, it just has the initial. And then like Flame Tongue has the initial plus damage. So that's a change that it has there. I just like the extra. I just like haste. Level 75, Stormbringer now affects the next 2 Storm Strikes. So basically, I would get 2 Storm Strikes at half cost, and they do not reset the cooldown. Yeah, two storm strikes for the price of 1. Come on down today. Overcharge Lightning Bolt now consumes up to 60 Maelstrom for up to 1500% increased damage, but it has a cooldown of a little over 7 seconds. I didn't like that. Let's switch into Ghost Wolf form here. Get around faster to stuff I can kill. Actually, oh, seriously, they didn't aggro anything else? There we go. That's what we want. I just really like how that Crash of Lightning looks. I just don't like that having a cooldown now. I kind of like that it's like a cool little like pull thing you can use. Oh, actually, let's go over here.
Too far away.
I just want to show. I actually really like the animation on it. Looks really good, I think.
I need to target something first.
So I really like the work that they've done with animations and stuff, gotta say. And the last one for level 75 is Stormlash now spreads to 1 additional target and deals 20% additional damage. So that's the one where I basically buff party and raid members for a few seconds. Or like, you know, it has a chance to do that. Let me pull that back up real fast. I just can't remember. Yeah, so my attacks while white weapons are enhanced have a chance to do that. So basically 3 people get it instead of 2, and then it does a little bit more damage when it gives them the extra damage proc. Level 90, we got Crashing Storm. Crash Lightning also electrifies the ground, leaving an electrical field behind which damages enemies within it for some damage over 6 seconds. I was real tempted to get that one, but we'll see here in a moment what I went with. Fury of Air, so it looks like it uses 5 Maelstrom and then 5 per second, so I think it just drains it. Creates a vortex of wind around you, deals some damage every second to enemies caught in the storm, and slows them by 30% for a few seconds. Now I went with this one, so Sundering shatters a line of earth in front of you with your main hand weapon, causes a decent amount of damage, and knocks enemies to the side. So let's see if I can get enough Maelstrom here. Yep, there we go, and boom. So I think I kind of missed there, but I still like how it looked. And then Crash Lightning finished the job. So there's that. Up last is for the level 100s. Is we've got Ascendance, and that is something that you actually had before. Before the pre-patch here, the Legion stuff came out, at least as enhancement. I don't remember what the other specs had. You turn into an Air Ascendant for 15 seconds, generate 10 Maelstrom per second, transforms your auto attack and Storm Strike into wind attacks, so they bypass armor and have a 30-yard range. I went with this one though. So Rock Biter increases my agility by 8% for 10 seconds. I just think that's good because I mean, agility is my main thing that does damage. And lastly here we have Earthen Spike. Summons an Earthen Spike under an enemy, deals a good chunk of damage. increases physical and nature damage deal to the target by 10% for 10 seconds. I can see both of these being good, honestly. I mean, because you're getting a 10% increase or 8% increase to your agility, and then here you get a 10% boost to damage against the target you use it on. My main issue there is that it uses Maelstrom, so I like this because I can open a fight with Rockbiter and bam, I have an extra 8% agility immediately. And the only reason I didn't use this is just kind of a preference thing. I'll probably see, and it'll probably come out that I was wrong and stupid and should have chosen the other thing, but once like builds start coming out. But that'll end it for the Enhancement Shaman, and just gonna walk off here as we wrap things up. If you do like the video, don't forget to tick that like button. If you want to get updates when new content drops on the channel there, don't forget to tick the subscribe button as well. And do remember that there is no IRL, just AFKs. And we'll see you next time that Amo plays World of Warcraft. Peace out.